Count 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Taken outside for a ball. Count 2 balls and no strikes. We apologize. We were having audio difficulties, and we've just been informed that we're back live. So we hopefully didn't cause you to miss too much. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out, bases loaded, top of the first. J.J. Vogel brings it to the plate. Fastball right on the outside corner for a strike. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. The rain has cleared out, and it's a very, very nice evening, or nice conditions here right now. 2-1, swinging a foul straight back. That count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shout out to any of my Miami teammates who I sent them a group message today telling them that I'd be doing this broadcasting. And if any of you guys are out there, my brothers, wanted to say hello and to say thank you for joining in for this one. 2-2 pitch, here it comes, swing and a miss. A very big strikeout for J.J. Vogel for out number 2. And that'll bring to the plate the left fielder, a senior, number 3.
Now batting the right fielder, number 9, Draven Ferguson.
Excuse me, the right fielder, number 9, Draven Ferguson. He's a junior, comes in hitting 154. And again, bases loaded. Cougars looking to get out of this with only 2 runs. Here comes the pitch, taken low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs. Draven Ferguson comes in hitting 154, batting out of the 8-hole. So they've sent 8 men to the plate here in the first. Here comes the pitch, swinging a chopper. That's headed towards the mound. Vogel up with it, throws to first in time, and the Cougars got out of that one with only 2 runs scoring. That put out goes 1-3. And we are through a half inning of baseball. We'll give you the totals for the inning in a minute. They got 2 runs, Sidney with 2 runs on a total of 2 hits. There was 1 Edgewood error, and there were 3 runners left on base. And we are through a half inning of baseball here in Oxford with the score. Sidney 2, Edgewood coming to bat. And we'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. We're back at the ballpark where the Edgewood Cougars come calling here in the home half of the first inning. They will send to the plate Chase Resch to lead things off. He'll be
Leading
followed
off the
by
Cougars,
Brady
the
Bauman
shortstop,
and
number
Jace
15,
Gully.
Chase Resch.
So Resch comes into this game, the Cougars shortstop. He's a junior, hitting .429, leads the team in hits with 36, runs with 24, stolen bases with 30. So a wonderful year for junior Chase Resch. He fouls back the first offering in this one. So no balls and one strike to Resch, to be followed by Bauman and Gully and hopefully more. Here's a swing and a foul straight back. Michael, that hit me right in the face if that netting wasn't there and we were outside broadcasting this one. 0-2 on Resch.
1-2.
1-2. Thanks, Michael. There's a curveball, bounced to short. Up with it is Andrew Lundy, across the diamond to Elijah Cotterman, and that's out number 1, 6-3.
Now batting the second baseman, number 24, Brady Bauman.
That'll bring to the plate Brady Bauman, comes in hitting .253, a junior, uniform number 24. There's a curve and a bouncer right back to the mound. Fielding it cleanly out there is Jordan Shipe. He throws over to first in time for out number 2. And stepping in is Jace Gully.
Now batting the center fielder, number 14, Jace Gully.
So Jace Gully steps in, .382, leads the team in home runs with 2, RBIs with 29, and he's a senior. Fastball taken high for a ball. One ball and no strikes. So pitch taken high for ball 2. 2-0. Give you the numbers on Jordan Shipe here after this pitch. There's a swing and a foul straight back. 2 balls and 1 strike. Shipe on the season for the Yellow Jackets, 4-4 record, 46 innings, 38 strikeouts, and a 2.13 ERA. There's a swing and a miss. And the count evens at 2-2 on Gully, a 66-mile-an-hour curveball. Here's another curve, popped up over to the third base side, over near the bullpen, and that will drop for a foul. And the count remains 2-2. Across the infield for the Yellow Jackets, they've got Cade Swiger at third. Andrew Lundy is at short, Micah Overbay at second, Elijah Cotterman is at first, with a battery of Xavier Perry behind the plate and Jordan Shipe on the mound. There's a swing and a fly ball routine into center field. Coming on is Sam Fink. He will make the play, and the Cougars go down in order. In the bottom half of the first inning, they get no runs on no hits. There were no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 1 complete with the score, Sidney 2, Edgewood 0. We'll be right back. Back in Oxford, McKee Field at Hayden Park, as the Sidney Yellow Jackets come to bat here in the top of the second. They will lead off with the 9-hole hitter, Sam Fink, to be followed by Micah Overbay and Jordan
Leading
Scheidt.
off the center fielder, number 16, Sam Fink.
Sam Fink, right-handed batter, comes in hitting 167, a sophomore. Here comes the pitch. Curveball right on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Dimensions here at McKee Field. Looks like 332 down the line in left, 400 to straightaway center, and 343 down the right line in right. And for these high school kids, that's going to be a poke. I may have to buy one of them a steak dinner if they take one over the boards here. There's a swing and a foul. Count evens at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pretty decent crowd. There's a curve, and that's swung and missed. And it gets away from Rivera. Throw down to first is in time to complete the strikeout. And 1 out as Sam Fink goes down on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Vogel. And that'll bring to the plate Micah Overbay.
Now batting the second baseman, number 8, Micah Overbay.
Micah Overbay led things off yesterday with a ground ball to third base and a downpour. And that was not fielded by third baseman Carson Downey. So reaching on an arrow was Overbay. He later came around to score. And we have an overrule. And we have an overrule on the call at first base. So rather than a strikeout, it's reaching first base on a strikeout. And that's unfortunate. I mean, you got a guy over there at first base who's right on top of the play. And evidently the first baseman, Miller Falls, stepped off the bag. Mike Overbay, 179 hitters, sophomore. Lefty on lefty here for Vogel. Here comes the pitch, bunt, fake bunt, and that's taken low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Looking out here as the sun begins to peek its head out, and a decent Cougar contingent of fans here to support the boys. 1-0 pitch, pick off over to first, not in time. Hoping to get a few people to reach out, either by cell phone or by Facebook or Instagram. We'll check those between innings, give some people a shout out who are taking the time to watch the Cougars today. There's a bunt, and it's a good one. Fielding it is Vogel. He throws over to Miller Fall. That's a successful sacrifice, going 1-3, and the runner moves up to second base with 1 out.
Now batting the pitcher, number 31, Jordan Scheidt.
So a sacrifice bunt, and runner now at second base and 1 out. Curveball taken low. Count 1 ball and no strikes on Jordan Scheidt. That's the pitcher. He doubled yesterday to the wall in left center field in his plate appearance, and he will look to bring in another one here in the second. Carson Downey ready over there at third base in case the runner's in motion. That pitch is taken for a ball, and the count at 2-0. Really turning into a nice night and wonderful weather for the rest of the week and weekend. There's a swing and a grounder, and that's fielded by Resch, and he's got the runner caught. We got to throw it to Downey. Downey runs him back a little ways and tags the runner for the out, and nearly runs into the umpire in the process. That's Don Ongst. And thankfully, no injuries there. So we have a fielder's choice is how that'll be scored for out number 2. And a runner now is at first base, and that'll bring to the plate the 3-hole hitter, Elijah Cotterman.
Baseman number 14, Elijah Cotterman.
So if you're scoring with us, that went 6-5 on the force out or on the tag out of Fink. And Elijah Cotterman steps in. Cotterman on the season came in hitting .242. He singled his first time up yesterday as the first 3 reached for the Yellow Jackets. And I believe that pitch was called a strike. Yes, it was. No balls and 1 strike. You know, this field, as I sit out here and look at this palace, there's a swing and a foul straight up and out of here. No balls and 2 strikes. But we played at the old Stanley G. McKee Field, which sort of sat on these same grounds. But where home plate is now probably would have been left field line, possibly even foul territory down the left field line of the old Stanley G. McKee. Pitch taken for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. But this is a beautiful complex. A baseball center over on the left field line, houses the locker rooms, modern, very, very nice facility for these athletes. There's a ground ball to third, fielding it is Downey. He throws across the diamond to fall in time. That goes 5-3 to end the inning. And for the Yellow Jackets in the top half of the second inning, they get no runs on a total of no hits. There were no Cougar errors and 1 runner left on base. We're through 1.5 with the score remaining. Sidney 2, Edgewood 0. Back in Oxford, we're all set for the home half of the second inning. It'll be J.J. Vogel leading things off. Edgewood pitcher, followed by Roman Smith and Carter Breedlove.
Leading off the Cougars, the pitcher, number 11, J.J. Vogel.
Vogel, right-handed batter, plays his summer baseball with Midland National out of Cincinnati. Pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. And the delivery, there's a swing and a Ground ball to second. Up with it is the second baseman. That's Micah Overbay. He throws on to first for out number 1. And that goes 4-3.
Now batting the right fielder, number 28, Roman Smith.
So Roman Smith steps in. Roman Smith hitting 291, a senior. I want to give a shout out here. Watching his teammate of J.J. Vogel in the summertime, Eli Beck. So Eli, a wonderful talented player, getting a lot of Division I looks. I know he's watching, so Eli, shout out. I hope you're doing well, buddy. There's a swing and a pop-up into short right field. Coming on is the right fielder. That's Draven Ferguson. He puts a glove to it for out number 2. So a ground out to second, fly out to right, brings up
the left fielder, number 34, Carter Breedlove.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Carter Breedlove. Breedlove, 344, a junior, also acts as the quarterback on the Edgewood football team. There's a curveball taken in the dirt for a ball, or I guess it's the turf. Taken off the turf for a ball. I don't know. I'm more of a purist. I like to see some dirt on fields. But can't deny this is a very nice facility here in Oxford. And they don't deal with rainouts, which is a good thing. There's a swing and a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. So Breedlove gets a hold of a curveball, slaps it out to the left. He's on base with a 2-out single, bringing to the plate John Rivera.
Now batting the catcher, number 99, John Rivera.
Rivera, senior, doing the catching for the Cougars. He comes in at 358. So hopefully a 2-out rally. We've got a lot of speed over at first base. We'll see if Breedlove is on the move with 2 outs. There's the pitch, taken low for a ball. John Rivera waving the bat around, runner on the move, taken outside, and easily stealing that base is Carter Breedlove. So Breedlove with a steal. That pitch is taken for a ball. The count moves to 2-0. So a big 2-out hit here for the Cougars would be nice. That pitch is taken low for a ball. Count moves to 3-0. Waiting on deck, senior Miller Fall. There's a fake bunt, taken for a strike. 3-1. Rivera's got to be thinking anything in the zone here, and I'm spinning my heels. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a line drive foul to right field. Count goes to 3-2 to Rivera. Winner of this game will advance to play the Harrison Wildcats tomorrow in a game that will be played at Centerville High School, I believe. There's a swing and a foul straight back by Rivera. Count remains full. But yes, the winner of this game right back at it tomorrow in Centerville. And I believe that game is a 5 o'clock start in what should be perfect weather and also a turf field over at Centerville. There's a swing and a foul. So Rivera stays in. Good at bat here for Rivera. Home plate umpire. Back there is Chris English. Gets a new ball from on-deck hitter Miller Fall. So the Cougars looking to get on the board here. Here comes the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball into right field, a base hit. Here comes Breedlove rounding third. He's headed for the plate, and he will be safe. Rivera on the throw advances to second, and Edgewood with a 2-out rally cuts the deficit in half, 2-1.
Now batting the first baseman, number 20, Miller Full.
So a beautiful hit by Rivera. He gets an RBI. And scoring on the play, Carter Breedlove. Stepping in is Miller Full, hitting 266. Miller, a three-sport athlete for the Cougars. Curveball swinging a foul straight back. Count 0-1. We hope you're enjoying this one out there, folks. It's our camera view here that we've set up is fantastic. We typically have it outside, but today it's inside the press box with us, and the netting sort of gets taken out with it being farther back. That shouldn't really be much in the view for you at all. So that's fantastic. We've really been taken well care of by the folks at Miami today. There's a swing and a line drive foul. And the count now moves to 1-2 strikes on Full. I challenge anyone to come to this campus and walk away from it telling themselves that's the most beautiful campus I've ever seen. Of course, I'm partial. There's a ground ball in the center field, a base hit. Here comes Rivera rounding third. He will score. And the Cougars have knotted things up at 2 here in the bottom of the second inning. Wonderful at bat for Miller Full.
Now batting the third baseman, number 39, Carson Downey.
So the Cougars tied things up on the strength of back-to-back-to-back hits with 2 outs. There's a swing and a grounder up the middle, and unfortunately, the Edgewood Cougars had the hit and run on, and the second baseman was over the bag, and he fields it and throws out Downey at first. That will go 4-3, ending the inning for the Cougars. But the Edgewood Cougars come up with 2 runs on a total of 3 hits. There were no errors for the Yellow Jackets, and 1 runner left on base. We're through 2 complete with the score. Edgewood 2 and Sidney 2. Welcome back. Time for the top half of the third inning. And the Sidney Yellow Jackets will be sending to the plate 4, 5, 6 in their order. That'll be Cade Swiger, Xavier Perry, and Andrew Lundy to face J.J.
Now
Vogel.
batting the third baseman, number 25, Cade Swiger.
There's a curveball taken for a strike. No balls and 1 strike as Vogel seems to be hitting a little bit of a groove here. Fastball taken low for a ball. Count evens at 1-0. and 1 strike to Swiger. He struck out his first time up there. Fastball taken low, 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1. Swiger came in hitting .313. He takes high, 3 balls and 1 strike. Three and one. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a miss. Count now full to Swiger. Full count pitch. Taken high for a ball. And that's ball 4. And reaching on a walk is Cade Swiger, brings to the plate Xavier Perry.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Xavier Perry.
Xavier Perry, 309 hitter coming in. He walked his first time, was left stranded. And that was the last batter of the game yesterday at Edgewood before that game was canceled. So this is his first plate appearance here in Oxford. Throw over to first, not in time. Our beloved Cincinnati Reds, 2 straight in New York City. They look to sweep that series tonight against the Metropolitans. Pitch taken low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, these 3 umpires, when I was coaching in varsity baseball in 05 to 09 for the Cougars, they were umpires that had our games back then. So they've served their time and their work is being rewarded with these state tournament games. There's a swing and a grounder to Miller Fall, and that'll be foul. Count evens at 1-1. And I'll tell you, some very good people, those 3 umpires out there. Good people, love the game, very good at their craft. They all miss them, folks. You know, the reality is they all miss some calls here and there. They're trying to do their best. There's a swing and a foul. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Andrew Lundy waits on deck. He's a freshman for the Yellow Jackets. One-two pitch. Taken high for a ball. Count evens at 2-2. The Sidney Yellow Jackets, decked out in the white pants. They have what appears to be a darker brown shirt with yellow or black numbers outlined in yellow. Tough to see what number is there. There's a chopper to second. Up with it out there is Brady Bauman. He throws to first and not in time. Or excuse me, he throws to second for the force out, not in time. Back at first base for the double play. So a fielder's choice for Perry. That goes 4-6 on the put out of Cade Swiger, bringing to the plate Andrew Lundy.
Shortstop Andrew Lundy.
So a runner at first, 1 out. Lundy steps in, waving around a purple bat. Throw down to first, blocked nicely by first baseman Miller Fall. I believe that pitch was a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Andrew Lundy. 375 batter on the season. That's pretty good for a freshman. 375. Let's check out his, let's take a look here real quick at his other numbers. He's got 24 at-bats and 9 hits coming into this one. So he is sort of looks like he's been called up at some point to be the everyday shortstop, or began playing. There's a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Edgewood Cougars out in the field, all navy blue. Looks to be white lettering, maybe silver, but I think it's white. With their letters and numbers, looks good out there. A sharp uniform for the Cougars. Runner takes his lead over at first. That's Xavier Perry, the catcher. Curveball bounced towards right field, and that will be stopped. A nice play, throw to first, not in time. A wonderful play out there by Brady Bauman. He lays out for that baseball, covers it, but throws not in time to first base. That'll be an infield single for Andrew Lundy. And first and second now with 1 out. Brings to the plate Keegan Conley, a strikeout victim his first time. We got a courtesy runner coming out to run, that being for the catcher. I think that may go down as a courtesy runner at this point. I'm not sure if they allow that in state tournament play or not.
Keegan Conley.
But if that is a courtesy runner, we can't see the number. You can forget it. So, courtesy runner at second. We got Lundy over at first. 1 out. And that pitch gets away. Runners will move up on the wild pitch. Catcher John Rivera unable to block it. And on the wild pitch, runners move up 90 feet. Runners now at second and third, 1 out. Keegan Conley takes outside for a ball. The count 2-0. We'll have to check the pitch count on Vogel. Throwing 20 exactly yesterday. There's a curveball high. Count moves to 3 balls and no strikes. And I can't see if there's any movement down in the Edgewood bullpen. It appears there is not. See if they get someone stirring down there. 3-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. At the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike. Should be able to give you an update on who's tuned in. Few people here. There's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, second and third. Big pitch here for Vogel and the Cougars. We're missing my right-hand man in the booth so far today. That's Rich Hazelwood. So it looks there. Strike 3 right on the outside corner. And down on strikes goes Keegan Conley for out number 2. And runners at second and third for Draven Ferguson.
Now batting Draven Ferguson.
Draven Ferguson earlier in this one grounded out to the pitcher, J.J. Vogel, to end the first inning. There's a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike to Ferguson. Ferguson, the 8-hole hitter. Waiting on deck is sophomore Sam Fink. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a line drive towards right field, but coming in to make the play is Roman Smith in right field to end the inning. So a hard line drive, but Roman Smith hasn't played perfectly, and the Cougars get out of the inning without any damage. The Yellow Jackets in the top half of the third, they get no runs on a total of 1 hit. There were no Edgewood errors and 2 runners left on base. For 2.5, the score remains Sidney 2 and Edgewood 2.
Leading off for the Cougars, the shortstop, number 15, Chase Resch.
Back at the ballpark, all set for the home half of the third inning. It'll be leadoff hitter Chase Resch to face young Jordan Shipe. And the first pitch is taken for a ball. Resch, swing and foul. Count evens at 1-1. Resch, his first time in there, grounded to short. His first time, just a routine grounder to short. He's a tremendous hitter. They got this young man from Baden, transferred for this year from Baden, and he's had an unbelievable season. Curveball for a strike, count 1-2 to Resch. That pitch is taken high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We do want to give a few shout outs. Got some people I've checked between innings are tuned in live today, watching with us. Some great Cougar fans. There's a swing and a flare, hit into short left field. Left fielder coming over, and that will drop in foul territory. Count remains 2-2. Shout outs. We're going to begin with my guy. Are you ready, folks? Matt Root. Now, Matt Root was a player on my 2005 team, Conference Player of the Year. Really think he could have been a college baseball player, but he chose to go football at the University of Tiffin, and I think he holds pretty much every passing record as a quarterback at that school. So, Matt, thanks for joining in, man. One of the best. One of the best of all time. One of my favorite Cougars. Pitch is taken high for a ball. Count goes to 3-2. Love that guy. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Resch looking to reach. Here's a fastball swinging fouled out of here. Our next shout out goes to another member of that 2005 team. Let's give it up for Brandon Tyree, first baseman. First baseman for the Cougars back in the day. Guy had some power. He'd take him over the boards for the Cougars. There's a swing and another foul. So Brandon Tyree in the building. Well, not in the building, but probably in his living room. And he's watching the Cougars today. Shout out to Brandon. What a great young man. These guys now, they graduated in 05. So the fact they're still following the Cougars all these years later is fantastic. There's a curve line down the left field line, and that'll get past the left fielder and go all the way to the wall. Resch with speed. He's headed to second. He's headed to third. No play there. Leadoff triple for Chase Resch. here in the top half or bottom half of the third inning.
Now batting the second baseman, number 24, Brady Bauman.
Brady Bauman steps in. That ball was blitzed into the left field corner by Resch. Solid line drive, and that skipped on the left fielder out there. That being Keegan Conley. Went all the way to the wall and a stand-up triple. There's a curve, and that's flared into right. That's trouble. And that ball will be just foul, says first base umpire Don Ongst. Come on, Don. We needed that one. But it was foul. No balls and one strike on Bauman. Bauman came in hitting .253, grounded out to the pitcher his first time up there. So the Cougars looking to take their first lead of this game. If Bauman can deliver and field in for the Yellow Jackets, they don't want to give up this go-ahead run. Here comes the pitch. Bauman takes on the outside corner strike. Count quickly 0-2. And what a facility. I just can't get over it. There's a fastball outside for a ball. Count goes to 1-2. Our next shout out. Let's give it up for Kayla Markham. Kayla Markham, an Edgewood alum. Her husband, Aaron, a player for the Cougars. That ball smashed to third. Nice backhanded play. And a throw to first is in time. Nice play over there from third baseman Cade Swiger as that ball was ripped. That goes 5-3 for the out. And staying at third is Chase Resch. That'll bring to the plate Jace Gully.
Number 14, Chase Gully.
So Jace Gully steps in. Back to our shout out, Kayla Markham. We appreciate you tuning in to the Cougars. There's a bunt, and it's a good one. We got a squeeze, and it's executed perfectly. The throw to first is in time, and the Cougars take the lead on a perfect bunt from Jace Gully to score Chase Resch with the go-ahead run, and the Cougars now lead 3-2 on that sacrifice and RBI.
Catcher J.J. Vogel.
So a wonderful sacrifice bunt gives the Cougars the lead at 3-2. And that was awesome. There's a ground ball to short. First pitch, Vogel, ground to first, or short, thrown in time to first. That goes 6-3, and that will end the inning for the Cougars in the bottom of the third. They do get one run on a total of one hit, that being the triple by Chase Resch. There were no errors for the Yellow Jackets and no runners left on base. We're through three complete with the score now. The Edgewood Cougars 3 and the Sidney Yellow Jackets 2. We'll be back. Here we go, all set for the top half of the fourth inning. It'll be 9-hole hitter Sam Fink to be followed by Micah Overbay and Jordan Shipe as the Yellow Jackets come calling here, top of 4. J.J. Vogel still out there for the Cougars. And Vogel delivers low for a ball, I believe, ball 1. Sam Fink, his first time, struck out but reached base. That was the overrule by home plate umpire. The home plate umpire, Chris English, overruled that out call at first and reaching base, and later not scoring, thankfully, was Fink. There's a swing and a foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Fink. Fink's a sophomore, came in hitting 167. Vogel, fastball taken outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. You really would like to retire the 9-hole here. You sort of set the tone for the inning when you get these guys at the bottom of the order out. You don't want to let them reach base and then the top coming up for the Yellow Jackets. There's a swing and a fly into right. Coming on is right fielder Roman Smith. He's under it, makes the catch for out number 1 here in the 4th.
Now batting second baseman, number 8, Micah Overbay.
Stepping in as leadoff hitter Micah Overbay. He's reached on an error. He also had a sacrifice bunt his second time up there. We're missing the VOC, though. We're missing the VOC. VOC, voice of Cougars, Rich Hazelwood, pretty much does every sport there is as the public address announcer. He joins me in the booth here for most of our broadcasts, if not all. That pitch is taken outside, count evens at 1-1. But Rich, if you're watching, hello. I know you had some personal business to take care of today. I don't know if you're coming late, but we miss you, buddy. Nice effort. And Downey goes down, chasing that foul ball down the third base line. He's okay. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Overbay. You know, one shout out that you know we got to give. We got to give it. Every game, we got to do it. And that's to Edgewood trainer Joe Downey. Joe Downey down in the third base dugout with the Cougars today. Joe Downey, the best in the business. Here's a swing and a slow roller towards short. Coming in is Resch. He fields, throws to first, not in time. That'll go for an infield single for Micah Overbay. Overbay reaches on a single. Just a slow roller, and Resch playing fairly deep. Came in to field that ball cleanly, but throw was late. Runner on, 1 out.
Now batting pitcher, Jordan Shipe.
Jordan Shipe steps in. He's 1 for 2, doubled and scored in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second. That pitch is taken high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Cougars, if you're just joining us, 3-2. They have a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 4th after trailing 2-0 early in this one. Pickoff move, they got him, and they do. Beautiful pickoff throw for J.J. Vogel over to Miller Fall. He slaps the tag on him. That is out number 2 in the inning, and that goes 1-3 on the pickoff. And now, with 2 outs, that will continue the at-bat for Jordan Shipe, and count on him as 1 ball and no strikes. So there's a swing and a foul. That ball is headed towards the old swimming pool. Now, that was called Billings Natatorium over there. Back in the day, Edgewood or Miami pitchers like yours truly had to swim in that building. There's another one that's headed to the same place. But 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Jordan Scheidt. But yeah, we had to swim in that pool as a form of fitness, we'll call it. But I was like a beached whale over there. And there's a pitch on the outside corner, and that's strike 3. That ends the half inning. Strikeout of Jordan Scheidt. And for the Yellow Jackets in the top half of the 4th inning, they get no runs. They did have 1 hit. There were no Cougar errors and nobody left on base. We're through 3.5. Halfway through this one with the score, the Edgewood Cougars 3 and the Sidney Yellow Jackets 2. Back at the ballpark and finishing up his warm-up tosses is Jordan Scheidt. For the Edgewood Cougars, it'll be Roman Smith, followed by Carter Breedlove and John Rivera here in the 4th inning to face Jordan Scheidt. So we do have some more shout-outs. The Facebook page is getting lit up like a Christmas tree, and we want to reach out to these people and tell them thank you for tuning into this one. I believe we left off with Kayla Markham and her husband, Aaron, former Edgewood player. Thanks to them. Also, Logan Hoskins. Logan Hoskins tuned in today as he is watching the Cougars. Another former Edgewood baseball player is Logan. Fantastic young man. Will Campbell, we know you. We see you out there, Will. Tuned into the Cougars. And Will, another baseball player from back in the day.
Leading off for the Cougars, the right fielder, number 28, Roman Smith.
See, the thing is with these former players, you just can't remember when they graduated. I mean, I teach phys ed. That's not happening. So, but to all of the former players, regardless of year you graduated, thanks for tuning in today to this Cougar game as the first pitch is taken for a strike to Roman Smith. And the second pitch is taken for a ball. Count evens at 1-1 to Roman. Roman in this game flew out to right in his only plate appearance thus far. Roman, a senior, headed to play at the next level. Swinging a foul straight back. Count goes to 1-2. And I had that in my game notes, and I seem to have misplaced that on what college Roman is attending, but he's definitely playing at a very successful program, junior college, I believe. Pitch is taken high. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Roman. 291 hitter coming in. There's a swing and another foul. Michael, that's headed towards your car. Nah, I didn't hear anything. Walter State. Thank you, Michael. Walter State is where we'll see Roman Smith take his talents to next spring. Congratulations to him. Pitch taken high for a ball, and the count runs full. I really would like to see my Cougars bust this one open this inning. They're at the part of the order that got things rolling back in the second. There's a swing and a miss. And down on strikes is Roman Smith to begin the Cougar 4th.
Now batting the left fielder, number 34, Carter Breedlove.
Junior Carter Breedlove steps in. He singled, stole a base, and scored back in the 2-run second for Edgewood. First pitch to Carter is right there for a strike. Off-speed pitch on the outside corner. There's a swing and a foul. The Yellow Jacket outfield playing Carter Breedlove to pull, which is exactly what he did on that single. He laced that thing in the left field. And the right fielder for the Yellow Jackets is way off the line out there in right. That pitch is taken for a ball, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Carter Breedlove. And hey, look what the cat dragged in. The VOC.
Hey!
The VOC has arrived here at the booth. There's a swing and a miss. And
Couldn't miss this.
down on strikes goes Carter Breedlove. And the first 2 for the Cougars go down on strikes, bringing to the plate John Rivera. So the VOC is in the building.
Catcher, number 99, John Rivera.
The VOC is back, and he'll provide the color for me today.
It's great to be here.
Well, we welcome you back, Rich.
I sent you a message, but you probably didn't get it. I sent you a message. I was on my way, but
All right. Well, I was wondering if that business you had to tend to would keep you out of this one, but you're here, and we like that. Count is 1 strike, I believe. Michael, what you got?
Sure, I didn't see it.
All right, we got 1 ball and 1 strike. We're going to go with that to John Rivera. John Rivera singled, picked up an RBI to score Breedlove, and he later scored on the single by Miller Fall. There's a swing and a foul straight back, and the count moves to 1-2. Got 2 more shout-outs from Facebook that we'll deliver here in a minute. There's a swing and a fly ball to center. Moving over in center field to make the catch is Sam Fink, and the Cougars go down in order in the home half of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're now through 4 complete with the score remaining. Edgewood 3 and Sidney 2. All right, we're back here in Oxford. I want to get a couple shout-outs in. Shelley Paulin, the mother to former Edgewood player Zach Paulin, tuned in today, watching the Cougars. And in case you didn't, if you follow me on Facebook, we got a giveaway tonight. We're going to give away a $20 gift card on to your favorite restaurant. I'll supply that. And that'll be anyone who puts a picture up of the live stream on their screen and post that in my game post from today. If you put that in there, we'll give you a shout out and you will be entered in our drawing later tonight for the $20 gift card to the restaurant of your choice. So shout out to Shelly Paulin. Our next shout out before we get going here in the fourth is going to be to Janet Johnson. Janet Johnson in the booming metropolis of
14, Elijah Cotterman.
Gratis. Tuned in for this one. So Janet, shout out to you and that amazing husband of yours, Kevin.
The mayor.
The mayor. Shout out to the mayor. We're ready for action. Let's focus on that now. That first pitch is taken outside for a ball. J.J. Vogel's still out there. Top half of the fifth inning. And the Cougars holding on to a 3-2 lead. Yeah, I don't have a pitch count on there, Rich. So I don't know what. Michael, you got anything up there on the pitch count for on the Cougars game changer?
I'm looking right now for you.
My stat sheet here on my phone that I use for the on-screen graphics on YouTube does not give me a pitch count. So Michael's checking that right now. J.J. Vogel's got to be in the vicinity of 70 pitches would be my guess. He threw 20 yesterday and probably at least 50 today.
We have an equipment problem with John Rivera.
Yep, John Rivera getting the gear looked at behind home plate gives us an opportunity to give another shout out. Let's shout out Edgewood basketball. Assistant coach Peyton Big Dog Daly. So Peyton Daly, hey man, shout out to you.
One of the best.
Yeah, we thank you for tuning into this one. And Peyton, a wonderful basketball player turned basketball coach. There's a ground ball to third. That ball is not fielded by Downey. And reaching on an error is the leadoff hitter, Elijah Cotterman. So that's an E5 to start this inning. Caught him between hops. And sometimes those between hops are the toughest to field. And in that case, that was what happened to Carson Downey, runner at first. Nobody out for Cade Swiger, who struck out and walked in this one.
Now batting third baseman Cade Swiger. Pinch runner 22.
22. Let's take a look at these rosters. That looks like it's Colt Baker. Colt Baker pinch running over there. And that is a pinch runner because that's the first baseman that he came in for.
88 pitches.
88 pitches is the current update on J.J. Vogel.
That would be 68 today.
There's a pickoff and it gets away. Second error of the inning, that's going to be on J.J. Vogel. It gets past first baseman Miller Fall. Throw comes into third, not in time. That's a two-base throwing error on J.J. Vogel. And the runner now at third base and nobody out. And a count of, I think, still no count up there to the batter, Cade Swiger. And a meeting on the mound, and it looks like Coach Austin Hatfield out to talk to Vogel. So as you heard from the great Michael Martz, Edgewood alum, doing our public address today, Michael said we're at 88 pitches, and you've got to feel that this is close to the end of the road for Edgewood pitcher J.J. Vogel. So a meeting of the minds out there. Just a perfect view out there. As you can see, the clouds now starting to split, and probably got the lights on now at some point, possibly. Gonna definitely need those as we're only in the top half of the fifth inning. So a runner at third, that's the tying run with nobody out. Swiger, a right-handed hitter, come in at 313. He'll be followed by Xavier Perry, who waits on deck. There's a curve, swinging a foul back. Gets over the netting and into the crowd. Count no balls and 1 strike. Yep, we got a lot of Edgewood fans as I look over there behind the Cougar dugout, who they are situated today on the third base side. There's a drive to right. And moving over towards the line to make the play is Roman Smith. Wonderful throw to the plate. Roman Smith with a cannon out there in right. They made that a close play at the plate, but that will be scored as a sacrifice fly. Edgewood is going to appeal, leaving early. And got here. And they called him out. Well, the Edgewood Cougars were due for a call there, and they got it. So the Edgewood Cougars appeal the runner leaving early at third base, and that is rewarded with an out call, and now no sacrifice and RBI for Swiger, and the runners now are
batting catcher Xavier Perry.
Bases clear.
Yep, bases clear with 2 outs. And that's going to bring to the plate Xavier Perry, uniform number 13. He has walked and reached on a fielder's choice. So a gigantic call in the Cougars' favor. Now lets them hold on to their lead, 3-2. There's a swing and a miss.
What a throw that was from Roman Smith.
I mean, Roman out there in right throws an absolute missile to the plate and made that a very close play. There's a swing and a miss. Count quickly 0-2. I wouldn't mess around with anything off speed. Both of those pitches have found Perry late. And here comes the 0-2. Fastball taken high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch, probably the last of the game if you can get an out here. There's a swing and a pop-up on the infield, foul territory. Moving over to give it a look is Miller Fall. He runs out of real estate. That falls foul, and the count remains 1-2. Athletic Director Scott Clemens. I can see him over there. Always out to support the Cougars in state tournaments. Doesn't matter what sport it is. Mr. Clemens never misses an Edgewood postseason event. And that's why he's one of the very, very best athletic directors. He supports every sport for the Cougars.
He's a good man.
He is that. Trying to wave to him, he doesn't see me. Yeah, he's over there biting his nails. He's probably hoping the Cougars can hold on. All right, here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Vogel with the delivery. That's on the outside corner, strike 3. And that will do it for the Yellow Jackets in the top of the 5th. And for the Yellow Jackets, no runs, no hits. There was 1 Edgewood error, no runners left on base. It's time for the 5th inning stretch with the score, the Edgewood Cougars 3 and the Sidney Yellow Jackets 2. We'll be back.
just let him do that at his.
All right, all set for the bottom half of the fifth inning. The Cougars need to add on to this lead right here, right now. And they will send to the plate Miller Fall, Carson Downey, Chase Resch, and hopefully more here in the home half of the fifth inning. Another shout out, Levi Back. Levi Back tuned in. He's the regular season press box guy doing the PA, and Levi is watching. Levi, we want to wish you the best and thank you for tuning in. You are a wonderful addition to the press box crew this year for the Cougars. There's a swing and a foul, and the count goes to 0-1. Key to get this leadoff guy on, Miller Fall. Miller is first time singled and picked up an RBI. And the 2-run Cougars second inning. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball driven into center field and deep. Out goes the center fielder. He won't get there. That ball is all the way to the wall, cruising into second and heading for third, and we're going to have a play here. Here comes the throw, and sliding in time with a triple is Miller Fall. A huge, huge at bat for the Cougars. Runner at third now, and nobody out.
That ball was tagged.
Yep. All the way to the center field wall.
Now batting the third baseman, number 39, Carson Downey.
Which is a deeper center field wall than we're used to.
Yep. We went over those dimensions earlier, and this is a little bit larger than the confines of Edgewood. Carson Downey steps in. He takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Downey grounded out to second his first time, 4-3. There's a swing and a miss. Count evens at 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Downey, senior. Downey also playing collegiate baseball. Another squeeze. And failing to get that down is Downey, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's the second squeeze attempt for the Cougars. Of course, the first one by Jace Gully back in the third inning brought home Chase Resch, what is currently the leading run. There's a line drive into right field, a base hit. Coming in to score is Miller Fall, and the Cougars now lead 4-2 on the single and RBI for Carson Downey.
Now batting the shortstop, number 15, Chase Resch.
All right, it's time to do some damage now, folks. Chase Resch tripled and scored his last time up, leading in virtually every offensive category, but he hits a fly into shallow center. That's trouble. And that ball drops, and that'll be a single. Downey trying to go to third. He'll be in there. And the Cougars are on a roll. So a flare into left center field that drops. That will definitely be scored as a single. And runners at first and third, and brings to the plate Brady Bauman. And we will have a meeting at the mound, and we'll see if there's a pitching change for the Yellow Jackets and their head coach reaches the mound. So get you caught up here. Single and an RBI, followed by a Chase Resch single, and runners now at the corners. And Resch, 30 stolen bases, is over there at first base. And you can pretty much guarantee he'll be on the move within the first couple of pitches, without a doubt.
Don't you just love it here?
Oh, I love me some O-Town.
So nice of Miami to allow us to do this.
It is, and every time now, all 3 of my kids came through this institution, and of course I graduated. Barb, my wife, also has her master's degree from here, and even though her undergrad was at Purdue, she got her master's here, and just a special place. I mean, it's unreal. There's a pitch taken, thrown As Resch is on the move, no throw down to second. There's stolen base number 31. Count is 0-1. I believe that was called a strike. And Brady Bauman, 0 for 2 so far. He'll look to bring in a couple with the infield in. Fastball taken low for a ball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 75-mile-an-hour fastball coming in there from pitcher Jordan Scheipp. Pitch is taken outside. Count moves to 2-1. So the Cougars with a golden opportunity to extend this 4-2 lead. There's a pitch and a foul. Count evens at 2-2. But yes, just a wonderful place to watch a game. And the Red Hawks earlier this year were playing Michigan. They got Michigan to come to Oxford, and Cougars delivered a win. The Red Hawks delivered a win against a Big Ten opponent on this field just a couple months back.
The team up north.
And I got to be careful because one of my college teammates is the head coach at Michigan,
Yeah.
and he's wonderful.
Yeah.
There's a drive into the gap in right
It's
center.
gone.
And, moving over to make the play is the right fielder out there. That's David Ferguson.
Sacrifice.
But that will be a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Brady Bauman to score Carson Downey with the 5th run of the game for the Cougars.
Now batting center fielder number 14, Chase Gully.
Jace Gully steps in. Cougars now with a 5-2 lead. Runner at second base is Resch. He's got speed. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see him make a break for third here. Gully in this game 0 for 1. There goes the runner. Throw not in time. And reaching third base safely on the stolen base. Number 32 on the season for Chase Resch. All right, here we go. Infield back in again. Sidney has to do it. There's a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. And I did not get that first pitch. It looks like it may be 0-2. Not sure if it's 0-2 or 1-1. There's a swing and a fly ball to short center field. Coming in center is Sam Fink. He'll make the play. Coming in to the plate is Chase Resch. And the Cougars now lead 6-2 on the sacrifice fly by Jace Gully. Sacrifice and an
Now batting
RBI.
pitcher J.J. Vogel.
Cougars now lead 6-2, and in steps J.J. Vogel. J.J. Vogel swings and fouls the first pitch. Count 0-1. Vogel in this game 0 for 2. Ground out to second, ground out to short, and his 2 times at the plate. There's a fastball grounded to short, making the play up the middle, but he's not going to be able to throw out Vogel. That goes as an infield single, and Vogel reaches base for Roman Smith. So Vogel with an infield single. It looks like head coach Austin Hatfield is going to request a pinch runner, whether that be a pinch runner or courtesy runner, I'm not sure, but we should see someone popping out of that dugout to run for Vogel, I would guess, here in just a minute. So Austin Hatfield still meeting at the plate. Home plate umpire Chris English. And here comes the runner. And the runner wearing uniform number 2 is none other than Levi Ballinger. Levi Ballinger in to run.
For the Cougars, number 2, Levi Ballinger.
So Ballinger in to run for Vogel over at first.
Now
2
batting
outs.
Right fielder, number 28, Roman Smith.
Roman Smith steps in. Roman today 0 for 2, flew out to right and struck out his last time in there. The Cougar dugout making some noise over there. We can see them clapping and hollering. There's a swing and a miss. Runner on the move. Throw down to second is in time. That'll go 2-4 on the put out of the pinch runner, that being Levi Ballinger. He's thrown out attempting to steal. Again, that goes 2-4, and that will be the inning for Edgewood. But in the bottom half of the 5th inning, they extend their lead. They had 2 runs on a total of 4 hits. 2 runs and 4 hits, it looks like. Yes, and there were no errors for the Yellow Jackets, and the Cougars stranded nobody. The Cougars stranded, yes they did, they stranded. It looks like no rush scored. So nobody stranded on base, and we are through 5 complete with the score now, Edgewood 6 and Sidney 2. All set for the top half of the 6th inning. J.J. Vogel still out there for the Cougars. And he will be facing 6, 7, 8 in the Yellow Jacket order. There's a fastball line into right field, and that's fair, and that's going to get all the way to the fencing, and it gets away from Roman Smith. That's going to be at least a triple. And it looks like he'll cruise into third. That being Andrew Lundy. That's his 2nd hit of the game. Lundy triples to right.
That's not good.
So a leadoff triple. To get this inning underway, and that brings to the plate Keegan Conley.
Now batting left fielder, Keegan Conley.
So Keegan Conley steps in, senior, 0 for 2 in this one, struck out both times against Vogel. They need that here. So a 6-2 game. Vogel's got the sign from Rivera. Here we go. Chopper to first, field it, and they're coming home, and that's the wrong decision. You play for outs up 6-2, and that should just be an out at first and give up that run. But unfortunately, that's not the case here, as the run scores and a fielder's choice for Keegan Conley. So Keegan Conley reaches first base safely, and
right
scoring
Draven Ferguson
is Andrew Lundy. He scores, and the next batter reaches on a fielder's choice. The run scores to make it 6-3, and the runner now over at first base with still nobody out. Draven Ferguson up there. Fastball taken low, and the throw gets away,
Oh, no.
but not far enough for any advancement. So ball one, now a 6-3 game, top half of the sixth. And we'll look for a few more shout-outs between innings, and hopefully that this inning ends with the score 6-3 still. We've had a few come in, it looks like. There's a swing and a foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. So a pivotal moment here for the Cougars. They want to get out of this inning. There's another strike, count 1 and 2. That caught the outside corner. Rich, I think we decided, me and Michael, we went full committee on this one. There's a swing and a miss.
Well, either way you go, I'm outvoted. So
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, I'm
so
done.
you're not going to be able to vote anything on this one. That's a big strikeout. We'll credit that strikeout to J.J. Vogel.
Center fielder Sam Fink.
That'll bring to the plate Sam Fink, now with a runner at first, 6-3 game, 1 out. But,
I do trust your judgment.
well, you're going to have to because, again, you're outvoted. But the post-game meal tonight, there's a throw over to first. The post-game meal tonight is going to be B-dubs.
Oh, my
We're headed to
goodness.
B-dubs.
Oh, my
Is there
goodness.
anything on that menu, Rich, that suits your fancy?
Wings.
Wings?
Wings.
All right, well,
Waffle fries.
there's a swing and a miss. Count no balls and 1 strike. So you're headed the wing route tonight.
I'm down, I guess. But it has its costs. Going out to eat with you guys, I've put on a few pounds.
Now, that'll do it. And there might be a treadmill calling my name. That one is right at where we're parked, Michael.
It's going to be awfully late for a meal, but we'll just have to deal with
Well,
it.
what are you going to do? I mean, I ate
Maybe
lunch today, Rich, at
maybe
11:30.
You know me, maybe a salad. Who knows?
Salad, man, that's a
But I will
bold.
be-
That's a bold call there. Pickoff throw not in time. 0-2. The count on Sam Fink. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with some. I think I'm going teriyaki wings tonight. What do you think about that?
Oh, that sounds good.
All right, Michael back there. We'll get his opinion in a minute.
No.
I think he's a wing guy.
No hot stuff.
Teriyaki wings is on my agenda.
Yeah, that would be good.
Pitch is taken for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boneless. Boneless is my
Oh,
direction.
now wait a minute. You're crossing the line there.
Come on now, Rich.
Our good friend Gary Clemens.
Pickoff is, and we got a great
Got him.
opportunity
He's
for an
out.
out and picked off
He's out.
on a step-off move. And the runner over there is slow to get up. We'll check on him. But the runner is out.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Sure, go for
I
it.
have went on a few occasions with Scott Clemens' brother, Gary Clemens, who we all know, and I have been threatened if I order boneless wings that my man card would be taken away
Oh,
from
boy.
me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Gary
my
Clemens-
man card is
Gary
long
Clemens-
gone.
Gary Clemens does not recognize boneless wings.
Well,
So,
there's a high fly to right. Under it is Roman Smith.
That's it.
And he makes the play for out number 3 as Sam Fink flies out to right to end the inning. That was an awfully big pickoff from J.J. Vogel. In the inning for the Yellow Jackets, they get 1 run on a total of 1 hit. There were no Edgewood errors and no runners left on base. We're through 5.5 with the score now. The Edgewood Cougars 6 and the Sidney Yellow Jackets 3. All right, folks, back at the ballpark, and we are going to take a minute here to give some shout-outs. I think we've had a few visitors chime in on their on the Facebook link that I put on today. Let's get to that real quick. All right, we definitely have some. Let's see here. All right, so it looks like Brian Schmidt, another former Edgewood Cougar baseball. He of the softball circuit now.
He's still playing.
Oh, and he plays at a high level.
Yes.
He's a player. So a big shout out to Brian Schmidt, who's tuned into this one. He sent a picture of his screen. What a beautiful shot that is. Nice job, Brian. Nice work there. But Brian Schmidt, shout out to you. Thanks for your support of Edgewood. You're the best, man.
His wife, Sam, played on our basketball
That's
team.
right. You can't forget Sam, one of the better female athletes in Edgewood High School history.
Heading
Man,
over the Cougars, the right fielder, number 28, Roman Smith.
Hello.
all right, we'll focus on baseball, I guess. And stepping up to the plate, he was at the plate when the inning ended with the thrown out stealer. Thrown out trying to steal was Levi Ballinger, and Roman Smith back in there takes a strike. And the count to him moves to 0-1. That pitch is taken for a ball, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Roman Smith in this game so far, 0 for 2, fly out to right and a strikeout. He takes outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a drive. That ball is crushed. I mean crushed.
It's gone.
Oh, off the
man.
base of the wall.
I thought it was gone.
That ball was blitzed into left field. Off the base of the wall for Roman Smith. That goes for a double. That legitimately had a shot to be out of here.
Yes, it did.
I mean, that ball was crushed.
I called it out too soon, but yeah, I thought it was gone.
Man, what a shot.
Number 34, Carter Breedlove.
What a shot from Roman Smith. That was fantastic if you're a Cougar fan. Carter Breedlove steps in. A great day at the plate for him. We'll get to that in a minute. He flares one into short left. Left fielder moves over and makes the catch for out number 1. So Breedlove, prior to that, was 1 for 2, stolen base, and had scored a run. But he flies out to left. And with 1 out, that brings to the plate John Rivera.
Now batting the catcher, number 99, John Rivera.
Let me tell you something. John Rivera, impossible not to like that young man at the plate right now. We had him on earlier this year for a Star of the Game show. And I think he had the line of the season, Rich, when he said,
I'm dying over here.
when he said, I was born to be a catcher. And I quote,
Yes,
I was born to be a catcher. Now that's confidence.
but we managed to stay under control and say, yes, you're a good catcher.
He hits one down the left field line, moving over and under it to make the play is Keegan Conley. And after the leadoff double, Roman Smith, now with 2 outs, is still standing out there. And that will bring to the plate, due up, Miller Fall. Miller Fall today, folks, 2 for 2. 2 for 2 is Miller Fall. Single, triple, RBI, run scored. So a big, big day at the plate for my guy, Miller Fall.
Now batting the first baseman, number 20, Miller Fall.
Love to see him absolutely crushing it out there. Who are we celebrating?
Rich, what's going on over there, buddy? Your phone is doing more broadcasting than me.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I don't know how that did that.
Yeah. You just shut it. That's the best thing to do. Just shut the thing down. There's a swing and a foul. Straight back. No balls, 1 strike to Miller Fall. Cougars lead 6-3. home half of the sixth. They're 3 outs away from advancing to tomorrow's district final, district championship game. We'll give you the details on that just a second. There's a curve, lined
it's
over
his head.
second, into right field. Coming around to score is Roman Smith,
Standing.
and the perfect day for Miller Fall continues. A single and an RBI, his second of the game, scores Roman Smith, and the Cougars now lead by a score of 7-3.
Now batting the third baseman, number 39, Carson Downey.
And that'll bring to the plate Carson Downey.
Does that make him 2 for 3?
3 for 3.
3 for 3. Okay.
I think we've found our star of the game
Yeah.
if we win this one. There's a fly ball into short right. Second baseman moves out, and he dropped it.
He dropped it.
That's going to go as an error. That's going to go as an error on the second baseman. That ball was in the air for a long, long time. Error on the second baseman as the runner Miller Fall, hustling the whole way, makes it over to third.
Now batting the shortstop, number 15, Chase Resch.
And here's the guy you want up there with 2 outs. Carson Downey over at first might be on the move to give Resch a 2 RBI opportunity, as I don't think that the Yellow Jackets will even throw through on the steal. There goes the runner. Pitch is a curve, thrown back to the pitcher, and a stolen base for Carson Downey. And now the Cougars have runners at second and third, and still 2 outs, and Resch with an 0-1 count hits a fly ball to center. Moving over is Sam Fink. He will make the play out there for out number 3, and that'll do it for the Cougars in the home half of the 6th inning. For Edgewood, they get 1 run. Edgewood gets 1 run on a total of 2 hits. There was 1 error, and the Cougars stranded 2 runners on base. And we are now through 6 complete with the score. The Edgewood Cougars 7 and the Sidney Yellow Jackets 3. Cougars will look to close this one out when we come back. Here we go. Top half of the 7th inning, ladies and gentlemen. The Edgewood Cougars holding on to a 7-3 lead, 3 outs away, and taking the bump for the Cougars
Leading off
is J.J. Vogel. He'll look to go a complete game in this one. It'll be the top of the order for the Yellow Jackets. That being Micah Overbay. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He reached on an error and scored. He also singled and had a sacrifice. First pitch is a ball. And the second pitch is as well. So that flies all the way back to the screen. Shout out to Brian Daly. Just got a text from Brian Daly. That's Peyton's dad. And shout out to Brian for tuning into this one. Count 2-0 on the leadoff batter. He takes a strike. Count moves to 2-1. So Brian Daly, good man. Good man. Brian Daly was involved in a basketball delivery that we made to a student a few years ago. Donated that basketball hoop to a student who loved basketball that we had in class. And he stepped right up and got that for us. And then me and my guy, Ryan Fairchild, delivered that hoop. There's a swing and a foul. Count remains 2 balls and 1 strike. But we appreciate you, Brian, tuning in to watch the Cougars. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that pitch is strike 3. And down on strikes to lead off the 7th is Micah Overbay. And that'll bring to the plate Jordan Shipe, who has pitched the whole way in this one.
Jordan Shipe.
So we want to update you, get you on the same page. The winner of this game today will advance tomorrow. They will advance to play tomorrow against Harrison. Harrison, a 14-10 winner over Northmont. Yesterday, they got that game in. How, I have no idea. But they did. And the final score of 14-10. There's a pitch over the head of the batter. And the count 1-0. But they got that game in. Harrison wins 14-10. So the winner of this game will play tomorrow, 5 o'clock, at Booster Park in Centerville. That's the high school field, I believe. And they will play in Centerville tomorrow. And I believe the Edgewood Cougars will be the home team for that one, being the higher seed. And here's the delivery taken high, and that's a walk. So we got behind on the count there. But a base on balls for Jordan Shipe. And that's going to bring to the plate Elijah Cotterman. And looks like we may have a pitching change, or at least a conversation, as head coach Austin Hatfield heads to the mound with some words for J.J. Vogel. But yeah, that game tomorrow will be the district championship game. So there'll be some hardware delivered on field after that one to the district champion and the district runner-up. And we will be there. Rich and I are on the road.
Yes.
Road warriors.
Yes.
And we hopefully can throw Michael in there. I think he's going to skip his bowling and come with us. We'll have to see.
I gotta be.
Oh, he's doing the Edgewood announcing. Edgewood is hosting a tournament game tomorrow. So
he's in demand.
Yeah, he's very talented. There's a strike. But yeah, we will be on the road to cover that one tomorrow, and I don't want to get ahead of myself. But let's finish this one first.
We need a double play ball right here.
I'm with you, Rich.
That's best case scenario.
All right, no balls, 1 strike, the pitch. There's a flare. This could be trouble. No, Miller Fall moves over and makes the play.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, well, who he is coming up here to be interviewed after this game if we can get one more out. There is literally no debate amongst the 3 of us, I think, tonight on the start of the game.
Not at all.
Swagger.
And down to their final out, Elijah, make that Cade Swiger, steps in. And Swiger in this game 0 for 2. He has struck out, flew out to right, and sandwiched those at-bats with a walk back in the 3rd inning. That pitch is taken for a ball. And, yeah, the Cougars are looking good. Pitch, a swing, and that's a flare over to the dugout.
In the dugout.
So a foul evens the count at 1-1. Cougars 1 out away from emerging from this one with a 7-3 win after trailing 2-0 after a half inning of baseball. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. And the Yellow Jackets are down to their last strike. Vogel looking to close this one out. 1 pitch away. The 1-2, and here it comes. There's a hard grounder to third. Downey up with it. He'll throw across the diamond, and that is the ball game.
And who caught the final out?
Miller Fall. There you go. Next batter I put on there is out.
What a
that
great
goes
game.
5-3, and that's the ball game as the Sidney Yellow Jackets in their half of the 7th. No runs, no hits. There were no Edgewood errors and 1 runner left on base, and that's a final. A final from here in Oxford. Your Edgewood Cougars emerged from this one with a 7-3 victory, and we will be back in about 5 minutes if you want to hang on. We'll recap all of this game on the YouTube Live channel. We'll tell you all about this one, give you the hitting leaders, talk about what's next, pitching lines, all of that. We'll be back in exactly 5 minutes to bring that to you, and we will talk to you then. All right, folks, we're back at the ballpark, and we want to quickly go over the post-game summary of this one. Tonight here in Oxford, the Edgewood Cougars have defeated the Sidney Yellow Jackets by a final score of 7-3. With the win, the Edgewood Cougars moved to 18-10, and with the loss, the Sidney Yellow Jackets end their season at 8 wins and what appears to be 18 losses. So 8 wins and 18 losses. And the Cougars with the win now go to 18-10. So Edgewood with the victory, 18th win of the season. Impressive that they got that tonight. Summary or line scores for both teams. Sidney today, 3 runs on 5 hits. They committed 1 error. They stranded 7 on base. For Edgewood, 7 runs on 10 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they stranded 3. Winning pitcher J.J. Vogel, complete game, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. With the win, Vogel moves to 5-4 on the season. Losing pitcher Jordan Shipe, he ends his season with a record of 4 wins and 5 losses. Hitting leaders, first for Sidney, Andrew Lundy, 2 for 2, single, triple, RBI to lead the Yellow Jackets attack. And for the Edgewood Cougars, Miller Fall, 3 for 3, triple, single, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored, and he will be your guest here shortly. It'll be on a separate stream on our YouTube channel, but we will have Miller Fall up here for the Star of the Game show in just a few minutes. What's next? Edgewood advances to play Harrison tomorrow at Centerville in what will be the district championship game. And that game we will carry for you live on YouTube tomorrow at 5 o'clock from Centerville, with Edgewood being the home team. That's a wrap for tonight, folks. Final score, once again, from a game that took 2 hours and 1 minute to complete. The Edgewood Cougars defeat the Sidney Yellow Jackets by a score of 7-3. On behalf of my partner here in the booth, Rich Hazelwood, this is Brian Caudell, the middle-aged left-hander, rounding third and heading for B-dubs. Good night, everyone.